I'm James Swartz, managing attorney at Swartz and Swartz. The death of a child is one of the most devastating experiences a parent can have, of course. There's feelings of grief, of loss, even anger. Unfortunately, I've had a chance to work with many clients who have endured this kind of loss. And there are some common experiences that these clients have in terms of reactions to these kinds of unimaginable losses. So responses by parents to the loss of a child, of course, include a range of emotions. There's initial shock, disbelief, as mentioned, anger, of course, unimaginable sadness. These kinds of reactions can last for days, weeks, months, even years. What's important to understand, though, is that there's no set time that you might expect these emotions to subside. Even over the course of a lifetime, in my experience with my clients, these emotions will reoccur and be experienced vividly as if this tragedy had just occurred. Most importantly, please understand that there's no right amount of time for these emotions to be experienced. Every parent, every caregiver is different, and the reactions to the loss of a child, the devastating loss of a child, will vary, and each and every one of those reactions is appropriate for those particular circumstances for that particular family. The shock of losing a child can be particularly profound when the injuries and death are sudden, such as in an accident, an explosion, or other type of unforeseen event. The grief process is a normal process, and I've seen it again, over and over again in working with clients in these very difficult circumstances. The grief journey for each parent, of course, varies. Importantly, don't let the experiences of others define what that journey should be for you if you are tragically in the midst of dealing with this kind of loss. Another feeling that parents will often have relating to the loss of a child is an overwhelming feeling of guilt, thinking that maybe they should have done something differently, which would have changed this tragic outcome. For example, selecting a different surgeon for a surgery that went wrong. Maybe they blame themselves for doing something or failing to do something that led to an unimaginable tragedy. If you find yourself in such a situation and are dealing with such a terrible loss, please remember these feelings of guilt are normal, are to be expected, but it makes it most important too that you try to understand what did happen. Should the event have been caused by the negligence of someone else? In determining negligence and causation, an experienced attorney who deals with childhood loss and injuries to children can help navigate that process with you to understand how and why these events unfolded, leading to the tragic outcome. As mentioned, other emotions include anger, sadness, even depression. And some of those feelings manifest themselves in physical ways. For example, loss of sleep or headaches. Again, these types of symptoms and reactions are to be expected given the nature of the loss. As mentioned, the grieving process can be a lifelong journey. And the legal process is one that an experienced attorney can assist you with if the tragedy occurred due to someone else's negligence. If you have questions about the loss of a child and are looking for legal guidance, contact Swartz and Swartz.